Hey, my friend Greedy Belly, continue training. I'm rest, brother. I know. You hard work. It's good.
Oleksandr Usyk has just exposed Tyson Fury's weight gain plans, emphasizing that the regulatory bodies should be keen on detecting any performance-enhancing substance, after claiming Tyson Fury has been using non-usable substance to aid his weight gain.
No way that fight doesn't happen at 70-30. And then Fury said that there was a rematch clause that was the poison pill. What was the actual reason after accepting 70-30 that the...
Oleksandr Usyk got to know this after some of his team members sent him a leaked video of Tyson Fury taking non-usable substance ahead of the fight, something he's once been a victim of. Two-time heavyweight champion Tyson Fury is set to come in heavier for his blockbuster rematch with rival Oleksandr Usyk later this month.
Tyson, how are you feeling for the rematch with Usyk?
Terrible. Absolutely scared.
The Gypsy King suffered the first defeat of his professional career earlier this year against the Ukrainian, losing via a razor-thin split decision. The two stars will do battle for a second time on December 21st as Fury looks to avenge his defeat by his longtime rival. In the first encounter, the Brit had a lot of success midway through the fight and managed to catch the Ukrainian several times. However, the tide turned in the 9th round after Usyk was nearly able to put Fury away. For the rest of the contest, the 37-year-old was able to control proceedings before sealing a historic victory. With both men in the final stages of their respective training camps, it appears as if Fury is going to make a significant change in his approach to the sequel. According to TalkSport boxing pundit Gareth A. Davies,
I think he'll just pip it. I think it's going to be a very, very close fight again. They're both great generals in the ring. But he does have to get ahead in the fight and stay there. I think he's got to be more aggressive this time. He sat back last time.
Yeah, I agree.
The Gypsy King is aiming to come in around the 19 stone 7 pound mark, which is equal to 273 pounds, which is almost a stone heavier than he was for their first fight, 18 stones and 10 pounds, equaling 262 pounds. When Tyson beat Klitschko 9 years ago, he was a 27-year-old, very light on his feet. He bamboozled opponents with those telescopic arms, his movement and tying fighters up, said Davies. That version went away in the 3 fights with Deontay Wilder, certainly the second and third fights where he became a bigger hitter at 19.5 stone. I'm told internally from his camp that is where they intend him to be for Usyk in this fight, 19.5 stone. While Fury claims he was in the best shape of his life in May, he has recently hinted himself that he will pile on the pounds for the second fight with Usyk. Posting a photo to social media of himself before losing to Usyk, Fury added a caption saying, "Was in the shape of my life, but this is not the Gypsy King." He followed that with a photo from a previous fight with the caption,
"Allowed to come forward." He allowed himself to come forward through his brilliant footwork. He has got extraordinary footwork, but I think Fury has got to meet him in the middle. There are more risks as a result, but those were the rounds 5, 6, 7 where Fury dominated, and that's what he was doing in those rounds, was coming forward.
This is him, 19 stones, 11 pounds bruiser. Should he replicate that weight in December, Fury would have added 15 pounds since he lost to Usyk, and could mean he has a 50-pound weight advantage over his rival. Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk are set to lock horns again on December 21st, with the Brit attempting to avenge his defeat by the Ukrainian in May. Victory for Fury could also set up a huge domestic showdown with bitter rival Anthony Joshua next year. From the looks of it, it seems as if Fury is looking to stick to his plan of knocking the Ukrainian out. "I'm going to go in there with destroy mode," Fury said in an interview with Undisputed. "Last time I went to box him, I was being cautious. Anybody can get caught, as we have seen in a lot of these heavyweight fights. But this time I'm not going for a points decision. I'm going to knock that idiot out. For the first time in years, I'm going in there as a challenger, not a champion," Fury explained.
I am hearing that he's going to go in heavier for this one. Why is that the strategy that you all think might work?
Not heavier. He wasn't supposed to come in light last time.
And I believe that I'm better as a challenger always because I've got that goal of achieving something, and it's giving me a fire underneath. Well, it's not only Oleksandr Usyk that isn't satisfied with Tyson Fury's antics and his alleged use of non-usable substance. Britain's first 3-weight world champion Mackenzie argues that adding extra weight to Fury's already imposing frame will work against him, and he elaborated on his reasoning at a media interview. Fury doesn't live, eat, walk, talk the sport, but you're supposed to, said McKenzie at a media interview. In between fights is where fights are won and lost. We know Fury blows up, puts on a load of weight between fights, and then he has got to get rid of all that weight again. Now they're trying to tell us that Fury is going to be bigger and better.
But with him having 2 training camps back to back, he did come in light. He lost a bit more weight than what he should have, but he boxed well with that weight. The lighter you are, the better boxer you are.
Bigger and better isn't going to beat Usyk. It's really not. If he puts on more weight and thinks to himself, I'm going to bully Usyk this time, I'm going to go in and walk him down. I'll be able to take his shots because I'm that much bigger. It's not going to work for him. He's going to be slower and more predictable. He's going to get hit more and a lot sooner, McKenzie added. At a media interview, Fury claimed he was in the best shape of his life for his last fight, but was quick to point out that it wasn't the real Gypsy King. As evident, Tyson Fury has already shown off a bulkier than usual physique in training camp as he undergoes preparations in Malta. But on the latest episode of Talk Boxing, former boxer Oliver believes a heavier Fury could ultimately be his own undoing.
Because the less weight you've got to carry around and so on, but for one, you can't take the punches as good, or the punches as good, yeah. And different things happen, so you have your pros and cons.
He said, if Tyson Fury can rediscover the movement he had during the 2015 time against Vladimir Klitschko, but there's rumors circulating he could come in a lot heavier for this one. Will that be his undoing doing that? Because if he is looking to bully him, I think you are playing into Usyk's hands. Maybe he has to set the traps. He is good at doing that. Use that uppercut he did in the 6th round and draw Usyk in. That's maybe the way to do it as opposed to trying to bully him. On the outcome of the bout, Oliver went on to add, I can see a way Fury does win, but I'm leaning towards Usyk.
I don't disagree with Tyson Fury's behaviour. I said whether it's boring and we know what it is or whatever and you get tired of it, I understand it. I understand the business side of it. I understand, what he's all about.
Fury is great in rematches, but Usyk is also good at making adjustments as well. It's still very much a 50-50 fight, but I'm leaning towards Usyk still. Fury weighed in at his heaviest at 19 stones and pounds in his showdown last year with ex-UFC champion Francis. His weight could well fall short of that, but is still a likely sign that he will try a different approach to beat Usyk. It was a turbulent build-up to the maiden clash for Fury, whose camp claimed he was left unable to spar. This time, things have gone much smoother, and the former World Boxing Council champion has a new game plan he is working on, according to friend Billy Joe Saunders. Listen, I've been keeping a close eye and I've been talking to his nutritionist Greg Marriott, he told TalkSport's White and Jordan. His weight is looking good and his sparring is going well and he's looking good.
You know what he's all about. And that's the world of entertainment, and he is a big showman. I think when he retires from the heavyweight boxing, I think boxing will miss him.
I think the game plan they've got now for this fight, after speaking with Tyson the other day, makes a lot more sense. It makes a hell of a lot more sense to me. The game plan last time was picky-pocky and running around. It was about showing off in the ring, and I think he was enjoying himself a bit too much. He let Usyk back in it, but this time I don't think Usyk will get back in the fight if Tyson is up in the first 6 rounds this time. Definitely not. In anticipation of their eagerly awaited second confrontation, 2-time champion Fury has been vocal about his strategy to aim for a knockout win. Addressing his approach to fighting tactics while discussing the video game Undisputed, whether he favors keeping his distance or getting up close and personal, Fury said,
Life goes on.
It does go on, correct, but December 21st,
Yeah.
this is your date now, so...
It's been my date for the last 3 months. Yeah.
I wouldn't say you've gone quiet.
Wipe that look upon your face. I've not been on social media or anything for,
I don't know. It's horses for courses, isn't it? It all depends on what I need to do at night. I needed to get Wilder out of there, or he got me out of there, and that's the type of fight it had to be. It had to be a 50-50th gunsling with the biggest puncher in history, or else he'd have chinned me in round 9. Going into the rematch with Usyk, it's going to be the same. I'm going to roll the dice, and it's going to be you or me. Best foot forward and swing away. I've never been afraid to get knocked spark out. I've always put it on the line every time. The boxer was forthright, saying, There's no secret. I'm going in there to knock you out because I don't think I'm going to get a decision no matter what I do. I don't think I'm going to get a boxing decision, so I'm going to have to take it out of the judge's hands like I did in America that time, and I've got to get Usyk out of there. Hand on heart, I have to get him out of there to see victory, reports The Express.
to be honest with you, Yeah, I didn't think I won a round. Not one single round in that fight did I win it. I lost 12-0 and should have got knocked out as well. But I was just lucky, wasn't I?
When you watched it back, what was your opinion of how close you think that fight was? Come on.
I don't think it was close.
I believe you won the fight.
Hands down, I'll always.
As the anticipation for the rematch builds, both fighters have been vocal about their first encounter. Speaking on the DAZN YouTube channel, Usyk gave a cryptic answer when asked if he felt Fury avoided him in their initial bout, stating, "I said not run, don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone again." A baffled Fury responded, "What does that even mean? Don't be afraid of a boxing match? I've had many boxing matches before and not been afraid. I'm sure you have as well. You've had 300 amateur fights. You're not going to be afraid of a boxing match. I don't really make much of that." It's actually been about 4.5 years, the Deontay Wilder 2 fight, since I was the underdog in a fight. I'm looking forward to a fantastic fight. Oleksandr won the first fight fair and square. The pugilist conveyed his resolve regarding the upcoming bout, commenting,
Hands down, I'll always believe that, and Usyk will believe it too. They got a gift decision over the Gypsy King. End of. If you give him 8, 9 and 10, class 9 as a 2-rounder, he didn't win any other rounds in that fight. Give him round 1 for the sake of it. How does he win? Done. So, here's what it is. It's over now.
It was very close last time. I'll be a bit more focused, a lack of complacency, and I should do the job. Nothing drastic has to change. A bit more of the same, a bit more focused, and I will be victorious. Last time it wasn't my time to win or God would have given me victory. I'm very happy Usyk got the decision. That was meant to be, and we're going to find out what is meant to be on December 21st. He also pondered upon life and his function as a showman. I believe it's my time this time, and all things that happen, positive or negative, are lessons, and we must learn from these things as humans, boxers, fathers, and husbands. What we know is to go out there and knock each other out and put on a show for the paying customer. I hope you guys will enjoy this fight as much as I will. Interestingly, Oleksandr Usyk is complaining about non-usable substance this time, while the main complaint was about the ref during their first fight in May.
I actually thought that Fury was controlling the fight pretty well through 6 rounds. And then obviously on the back 6 rounds of the fight, he dropped him. I'm not sure how he even recovered from that.
It became even more concerning when Eddie Hearn, who had predicted the match in favor of Tyson Fury, claimed Tyson Fury was every lucky not to get stopped by Oleksandr Usyk during their undisputed heavyweight title clash. The Ukrainian finished strong to win a split decision. But Hearn believed that the contest could have been brought to an end when Fury looked out on his feet. "I thought he was very lucky that the referee didn't jump in," said Hearn when speaking to a news source in the fight's post-fight interview.
The ref could have jumped in. I think he made the right decision not jumping in, but he was absolutely gone. And then Usyk just dominated the fight. 12th was quite close, but I had him winning by 2 rounds in a...
He showed unbelievable heart to stay on his feet and unbelievable composure coming out for the 10th and 11th rounds. He was losing those rounds, but he was recovering. Also, former cruiserweight and heavyweight boxer David Haye was unhappy with the standing count to 10 from Nelson.
What did you make of that 9th round? And
It was great. I thought this should have been a stoppage. I thought either let him finish punching by jumping in to stop the action and give him a count and then give him 20 seconds. I thought that was terrible.
That is because by the time he finished the count and checked Fury's ability to defend himself, there was no time to continue fighting before the bell went to end the round. And that prompted a furious backlash from the Haymaker. He fumed on TNT Sports. If Fury was doing that to Usyk, it would have been stopped. The referee stopped him and his opportunity. Then give him 20 seconds to completely recover. It looked really bad from ringside.
Some of the worst refereeing in such an important fight. And can you imagine if one of the judges had it the other way and Usyk would have lost after having Tyson Fury fully out on his feet, and he didn't fall over. He could go.
Even Fury fans said thanks, ref. Chisora, however, accused Nelson of allowing Fury too much time to recover from Usyk's onslaught. In an interview with The Stomping Ground, Chisora stopped Nelson after he left the ring and said, "Ref, ref, ref, that was the slowest count in boxing history."
The fight was over. That was the slowest count of 10 I ever heard in my life. Yeah? Slowest count ever. And that's a disgrace to boxing.
Get your maths right, bro. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Ukrainian landed a succession of overhand lefts to send Fury tumbling backwards into one of the corners of the ring. Referee Mark Nelson called a knockdown as Fury appeared to be only kept up by a corner post. Ringside officials began the 8 count, but Chisora feels it was too long. After Nelson walked away, Chisora said, "That was the slowest count in boxing history, do you understand?" In a separate interview, Chisora described the count as a disgrace to boxing. "I don't know why the referee gave a count. I understand they say if the ropes are keeping you up, that means if anybody is on the ropes getting hit, the referee should jump in and give you a count." He then added,
I don't care who says anything. That was so slow. The fight was over.
Do you think Usyk deserved the victory aside from that?
"I thought the ref should have let him either finish him off or stop the fight. It seemed like a fair and square stoppage from my point of view. He was all over the place. He fell over. If it was around the other way, if Tyson Fury was doing this to Usyk, the referee would have probably stopped it. We need to talk about the slow count. That destroys boxing," Chisora said in an interview. "If we keep doing the silliness of slow counting and trying to disrupt the rhythm of the game, people will fall out of love with boxing." But for some reason, the referee gave him a count and gave him a long 20-second count. The referee stopped him from finishing his opportunity. Everybody at ringside was really upset at the referee. Fury has a history of recovering from heavy knockdowns, having previously climbed off the canvas against heavy hitters Deontay Wilder and Francis.
Tell me something, Sasha. That knockdown, did you like the count?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The Gypsy King was dazed for several rounds, but all 3 judges awarded Fury the final round. If you look at the replay again, the ref stopped counting. He looked at Tyson and asked, "Are you okay?" Then he carried on counting, Chisora said. It was a bit of a misunderstanding from the ref, but that needs to stop.
Alex, tell me. I was very upset on the 9th round when the knockdown.
Yes.
And then the count was very
slow.
very slow and
extremely slow, extended, and so.
Tony Bellew, who famously got knocked out by Usyk in November 2018, believes Fury would have suffered the same fate as him if the in-ring official didn't make an error. "Without being too harsh, it should have been stopped in the 9th round," he said during a live show on TV.
"You will have to nail me to the floor. Nail me to the floor to keep me there. I don't think you can."
And he says he has the one thing.
Well, Usyk should have been allowed to continue punching in the 9th round. That should have never been a count, and the referee knows he made a mistake. He then continued, "In professional boxing, you don't get a standing count unless you are about to hit the floor and the ropes keep you up." Fury was stumbling around. He stumbled 4 times previously to the 5th stumble. It was on the 5th stumble he jumped in. He claimed Usyk would have won before the bell rang, as just 2 more punches would have ended the fight 3 rounds earlier than it did.
That you don't, and that's the power, the punch power. How do you answer that?
Он шутит.
He's kidding.
Oleksandr Usyk only needs 2 more punches there, and it's the end of the contest. That was stolen from him. The former WBC Cruiserweight champion was thankful that the right man won in the end, even if some fans were unhappy with one judge giving Fury the decision. Bellew added, "Ultimately, forget about that now because I want boxing to be put out there as the greatest spectacle sport in the world. The most important thing is the right man got the decision. There was no corruption with judges and no controversy. The right man won, and we have an undisputed unified 4-belt heavyweight champion of the world for the first time in boxing history." It's a sentiment echoed by the winner himself, who said it's not something he's going to dwell on. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.